Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And given what's transpired in this Congress, I just feel like I need to say a few things. And I think states have no clue about what's about to hit them. And to my Republican friends, in July, you guys passed your big, ugly bill, making the largest cut in history to America's anti-hunger programs. And now, 3 months later, now you want to hold your very first hearing of the Nutrition Subcommittee? I mean, really? Do you guys even realize how absurd that is? You're supposed to do the hearing before you pass the bill, not 3 months later after it is passed. And I don't know what you expect to learn today. You slashed the most important program that helps fight hunger. What do you think is going to happen? This Republican majority has become a giant rubber stamp for the rich. And that's what it's all about for you guys, giving another tax break to CEOs and billionaires. And what's unbelievable to me is that now you guys have the gall to come down here and try to lecture us about how states should be administering food assistance programs. You know what states have the worst hunger? Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Oklahoma. You know what these states have in common? They're led by Republicans. You know which state has one of the lowest hunger rates? My state, Massachusetts. California, Pennsylvania, Hawaii, Rhode Island, all places where hunger is lower, all led by Democratic governors. So if you want to talk about outcomes, check the scoreboard. And maybe focus on lowering hunger in your own states before lecturing us about how to administer food assistance in ours. And by the way, didn't Republicans used to claim they were for states' rights? States' rights, my foot. One of the reasons we do better in Massachusetts is because we take full advantage of a state option called categorical eligibility. It's a fancy term for the idea that working families shouldn't get punished for earning a few extra bucks or saving a little bit for an emergency when it comes to food assistance. Categorical eligibility makes sure SNAP is a bridge, not a trap. So if someone is working hard but is still struggling, making, say, $30,000 a year, they can still get some food assistance in Massachusetts. In Mississippi, that same person would be cut off at $20,000. You get no benefits in Mississippi. You'd have $20,000 a year to cover rent, utilities, health care, and food. And that is the recipe for keeping people in poverty. And I know you guys are obsessed with error rates because you want to imply that SNAP is a wasteful program. We hear it over and over and over again in this committee. But what about the error rates when it comes to the Pentagon? This week, Congress is advancing an NDAA bill that sends nearly $1 trillion to the Pentagon, and not a peep for most Republicans about sending $1 trillion to an agency that spends $1,500 for a coffee cup. But when it comes to food assistance for poor people, all of a sudden Republicans are up in arms about error rates. I mean, give me a break. And by the way, I'm glad someone from Wyoming is here to talk about how to reduce error rates. 200,000 more people live in my congressional district than in the entire state of Wyoming. And Wyoming spends $100 a person on administering SNAP. That's the most in the nation. So if the point of this hearing is to imply that other states should have the same error rate as Wyoming, you're going to need to double or triple how much this country spends on food assistance, not slash food assistance like you did in this big, ugly bill. And you know what? With all due respect, the number I look at isn't just the error rate, it is the hunger rate. We live in the richest country in the world, and it is a moral outrage that we have hunger, and that's what we should be talking about in this hearing. And instead, you guys are using this excuse, again, to once again attack and demonize SNAP and to cover up how your big, ugly bill is going to screw over poor people. Because of the big, ugly bill, we're going backwards on hunger. We are going to have more families struggling to keep food in the fridge, more hungry kids, more red tape for working parents who are just trying to cook a healthy meal for their kids. And it's also that Republicans can hand another round of tax breaks to the CEOs and billionaires. It's a national disgrace, and instead of this hearing, we should be holding a hearing on how to end hunger. This subcommittee and this committee should lead that effort. Instead, Republicans are doing the opposite. Making SNAP better is something that a goal we all share. But that's not what this is about. I mean, we know what this is about. This is about demonizing a program that helps put food on the table for poor people. And quite frankly, the idea that we are not tackling the hunger issue, that we are making it worse, I think is a disgrace. And again, I thank the witnesses for being here. But I had to say for the record what really is going on here. And it's not about the integrity of the program. It's about cutting people off the program. I yield back.